Today I'm making enchiladas for dinner. I'm going to start by prepping the corn tortillas. I'm just going to quickly pass each tortilla through hot grease. Now you're really not doing this to make it crispy or fry it too long. It's really to make it soft and pliable, and it helps to keep the texture once you go to bake this in the oven after you add the sauce. If not, the tortilla will fall apart. For this recipe, you can prep around 15 to 16 of these. So here's my last one, and in the same pan, I'm going to make the ground meat. You can use ground beef, which is typically what I do, but today I only had ground turkey, so that's what I'm doing, ground turkey enchiladas. So I'm just going to season it with a little bit of granulated garlic powder, ground cumin. I'm also going to add chili powder to this. Here I'm adding granulated onion powder. And I'm going to add just a little bit of salt. Sometimes I like to add chicken bouillon powder, but for those of you that have been following me for years, a lot of you have asked for an enchilada recipe without using chicken or beef bouillon powder into the recipe. So this is the one today. This is what I'm doing. I'm going to omit the bouillon powder and just opt for salt. I also added cracked black pepper, and I'm just going to cook until everything is cooked through and browned. And because I'm using lean ground turkey, there really isn't any extra rendered fat. So that's good. Yay for that. Okay, so this is done. So I'm going to place this in a bowl, and I'm going to use the pan again to make the sauce. Okay, so back on the stove with the same pan. This is very convenient, by the way. I'm going to turn on the heat, and over a medium to medium-low heat, I will be adding cooking oil into the pan, around 3 to 4 tablespoons. Here I have a 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour going in, and I'm going to start the roux. For those of you that want an enchilada sauce recipe without using flour and dried seasonings and spices, I do have an enchilada sauce recipe video that I will link in the description below. It gives you 2 ways to make a red enchilada sauce. Now I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of light chili powder. This is kind of like a chili powder blend. And for those of you that are curious, I love to use Bollner's Fiesta brand. I'm also going to be adding a little bit of ground cumin, granulated garlic and onion powder, and I will also be adding a can of chicken broth. It has a little bit of sodium in it, so at this point, since I'm not using chicken bouillon powder in the mix, you'll want to salt to taste. It's to your preference, so you will have to taste it to add the salt that you prefer. Okay, so I'm going to add a 14.5 ounce can of chicken broth. Now typically I like to use 16 fluid ounces of water and 1 tablespoon of chicken or beef bouillon powder for the liquid in here. But like I said, I'm not using bouillon powder today for those of you that just do not want to use it. So this is another option. So this is only 14.5 fluid ounces. So the other 1.5 ounce I'll add in water. So you'll want to bring it to a simmer and let it thicken. And once it's like this, simmering and thickened, I'm just going to shut off the heat and it's done. Okay, so my tortillas are soft and warmed through. I have a 9x13 baking dish. Here I have my ground turkey meat or ground meat of your choice, and I have about 12 ounces of Colby Jack cheese. I'm just going to add maybe a 1/2 cup to a full cup of the shredded cheese into the ground meat, give it a mix, and I'm ready to put these enchiladas together. I'm going to bake this in a preheated oven at 400 degrees Fahrenheit, covered. I'm going to cover this with aluminum foil and bake it covered. I like the cheese to be melty and ooey and gooey and not necessarily like a cheese crust. I find when you bake enchiladas uncovered, it kind of dries them out. So this is going in a 400 degrees Fahrenheit preheated oven for about 30 minutes. So it has been 30 minutes. So you'll want to take them out of the oven. And once I place them, or once my husband helps me to put them over on the stove, at this point you'll want to carefully uncover or remove the foil. It will be steamy, so be careful because you can burn yourself with the steam. It's hot. These look and smell amazing. This was actually my son's idea. He loves ground turkey enchiladas just like this. So he requested it for dinner today and I made them. So you definitely can serve this with a side of Mexican rice, a salad. It's so good. And garnish and top how you like. So I hope you give this recipe a try. I hope you like it, and thanks for watching.